First off, let's get one thing straight. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. It doesn't give a damn about logic, evidence, or anything rational. No. It just takes everything you feed it, every belief, every thought, every emotion, and it makes that your reality. So imagine for a second, you walk into a room with one single belief in your mind. I'm the embodiment of divine energy. I'm a miracle in human form. How does the room feel when you hold that belief? It shifts. It shifts. You walk in. Without saying a word, everything about that space changes. People start looking at you differently. They respond to you differently. You become magnetic, irresistible, without even realizing it. You start guiding them towards their own power. And why? Because the subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's imagined. It absorbs everything. So when you believe that you're this force of nature, the world has no choice but to reflect that back to you. You don't have to wait for permission. You don't have to wait for anyone's validation. You don't even have to prove anything. Just show up. Let's break this down. I'm sure you've been taught to doubt yourself. That voice in your head tells you you're not enough, not worthy, or you can't do this. But listen, those thoughts are programs. Programs you've picked up over time from the world, from your experiences, from others. But you can overwrite them. You can uninstall the limiting beliefs. Replace them with what's true. And what's true, you're powerful. Your energy. And once you realize that, your reality starts to bend around you. Think about this. Ever notice how when you feel confident, people suddenly respond to you differently? You walk taller, speak more clearly, and without even realizing it, you're exuding authority. You're attracting people's attention. You think they're noticing your clothes, your hair. No, they're noticing your energy. That's the secret. It's all energy. What you feel internally radiates outward. And that is what people are picking up on. Now think about the flip side. When you feel insecure, when you feel small, when you feel like you don't belong, what do people do? They mirror that energy. They treat you the way you expect to be treated. They confirm your beliefs about yourself. The whole damn world is your mirror, reflecting back exactly what you believe about yourself. So if you believe you're worthy of success, love, and admiration, guess what? You'll get it. If you don't, well, you won't. The power of belief. When you really let this sink in, you realize the only thing holding you back is your belief system. You're walking around with a set of beliefs that were handed to you by the world. Some of them empowering, some of them are limiting. You've been programmed, conditioned, just like a computer. But here's the kicker. You get to rewrite the code. You get to choose what to believe. You get to decide what reality looks like. And when you decide that you're the embodiment of divine energy, the world has no choice but to meet you there. Take a moment and think. Have you ever met someone who just radiated confidence? They didn't have to tell you how great they were. Hell, they didn't even have to talk about their achievements. They just were. Their energy was so magnetic. You couldn't help but be drawn to them. That person isn't special. They just know they're special. And that's the difference. How does this work? You might be wondering, okay, how does this actually work? The answer lies in the brain and your subconscious. We're talking about neural pathways and the brain's ability to wire itself based on repetitive thought patterns. The more you repeat a belief, the more your brain creates a neural pathway that makes that belief feel real. And once a belief feels real, it starts to control how you see the world and how the world responds to you. Your mind is constantly shaping your external world based on your beliefs. If you believe you're worthless, you're subconsciously act in ways that validate that belief. You'll hold back in conversations, you'll shrink in rooms, and people will respond to that. When you change your beliefs, your mind starts looking for evidence that supports the new belief. When it finds that evidence, the whole world changes around you. Your relationships shift, opportunities appear out of nowhere. Your reality literally transforms. Real life examples. The magic happens when you believe it. Let's get real for a second. You've already done this. You've already used this power, but you didn't know it. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy? Maybe it was a job interview, a date, or a social gathering. You walked in nervous, unsure of yourself. And what happened? The conversation was stiff. People didn't connect with you. You didn't connect with them. That's your subconscious mind telling you that you believe you're not good enough. So your reality aligns with that belief. But think back to a time when you were on fire. Maybe you were giving a presentation, meeting new people, or simply walking into a social gathering. You felt confident. You knew you were magnetic, and suddenly the room was yours. People gravitated towards you. They noticed you. That's the power of belief in action. You can do this anytime. You just have to choose to believe. You're the embodiment of divine energy. What happens when you don't own your power? Let's talk about the consequence. You see, when you don't step into your power, when you continue to shrink and doubt yourself, you're holding back not just your own potential, but the potential of everyone around you. When you're insecure, others feel that too, and they shrink. When you hold back, you're teaching them to hold back. But when you step into your full energy, you give others permission to do the same. So think about it. Are you going to keep playing small? Or are you going to step into the person you're always meant to be? The person who walks into a room and owns it without saying a word. The person who becomes the embodiment of divine energy and makes the world shift around them. You are a force of nature. And once you believe that, once you internalize that and let go of all the shit that tells you otherwise, everything changes. So start now. Start with a simple belief. I am a miracle. And watch how the world responds. It can't resist you. It can't help but shift and bend to match the new reality that you create. Your beliefs shape the world. Now choose them wisely. Step into your divine energy and own it. So what are you going to believe today? Because when you change your belief, you change everything. And when you change everything, you change the world.